Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. We all know the good work that Purdue Extension does for the county. Well, they also do things for students that you may not think of and you might want to be part of. And that is a summer internship at Purdue Extension. You get to work over the summer and to be involved in the fair as well. But it's more than that. We're going to find out about that with this edition of WJTS Inform. Joining us in the studio is a graduate of Forest Park High School, Hailey Thayer. And Hailey, tell us what you are now doing. You are at the University of Evansville?
I'm a student at UE. I'm studying biology education, and that just means I hope to be a teacher in a high school one day teaching biology.
And you were the summer intern at Purdue Extension in Du Bois County.
Yes.
What's kind of the time frame? How did that work?
It's a summer position, so something nice, you know, whenever you're working in between school years or just something you want to do in the summer for the youth in our community.
And probably what's important for everybody, for young people like you in college over the summer, it's a paid position.
Yes,
okay.
It is.
But it's more than that. It's great that you get paid, but you've probably learned volumes of information, especially if you want to be a teacher.
Yeah, it's really a great opportunity to work with the youth and also just planning events for different people in the community, and 4-H, of course, that's such a wonderful organization, and then all the other things that Purdue Extension does other than 4-H.
What are some of the projects that you did over the summer?
So my main, like what I call my baby, were the seniors, because I wrote the bios for them, I put their pictures in the frame. So the seniors of 4-H, I worked with those kids a lot. And also just other things other than 4-H. We went to St. Charles and we just had an aging conversation to see how we can help the elderly in our community.
What are things that you learned? What are your takeaways from your summer internship at Purdue Extension?
My takeaways. I learned a lot about planning and organization, because it's one thing to think about an event to do, but then to actually put it into, make a machine and do it for 30 second graders and kindergartners, or 60 third graders through sixth graders is just completely different than just planning it out.
Have you ever thought about doing an internship through Purdue Extension, or was it just something that they approached you and said you should do this?
I did consider it. I kind of mentioned something to Jenny because I was heavily involved in 4-H. I absolutely love doing what I did in the program, and I just couldn't see a summer without 4-H, so I wanted to continue what I had with 4-H. What
is your recommendation then to somebody watching now that they're planning what they're going to do next summer? Should they apply?
I will tell you, it is more of an office job than I thought. Like, there's definitely the fair where you're running around and you're working with people, and there's the camps where you're doing everything with kids. But it's a job where you can expect, you should expect a lot more than what you just think it is. So it's one of those where you got to be light on your feet and do whatever they tell you. But I absolutely loved the job. What was your favorite memory? My favorite memory, I think that was at 4-H camp. One of the kids was just absolutely, whenever he was around, he was a really great kid. And in particular, this group, I played a game called Wanna Buy a Duck. And that was a really fun game. So playing that game with kids. If you don't know what it is, you can YouTube it. There's a cute video. So you're pretty well done with your internship. Yes. And you are now, as part of your education, you're going to Austria. I am. I will be leaving, sometime in September, so it's coming up. And you're going to be studying, what will you do in Austria? I am going to be taking a lot of kind of business classes, some German classes, cultural sensitivity classes, so different things that may not directly apply to my major, but also just kind of help in me getting worldly experience to be a better educator. Well, that's probably a lot like your internship. Exactly. Some of that may not be directly related to what you plan to do as a career, but there's always so much you can learn beyond that. There's always something to learn. The Purdue Extension in Du Bois County, I've always felt, does way more than anybody realizes. Could you talk a little bit about that, so people that may not realize how much Purdue Extension does and how much it touches lives? Yeah, so what really surprised me first was just the role that each of the educators in the office plays. Jenny's all about 4-H, Kenny's all about agriculture, and Jan has everything to do with facts and home ec kind of dealings with family and aging and just nutrition, all different kinds of things you can think of. And it's really funny sometimes, just people will bring bugs or pond samples or dirt samples in for Kenny, and people will come in and need something for 4-H. So there's always people coming in and asking things, and we just do so much for the community, and I loved being a part of it.
I don't know if you're allowed to do an internship twice, but is that an experience you'd like to do again if you could?
It is something you can do twice. Unfortunately, I would love to do it again, but I have other plans, so I will be doing something else next summer.
So that means next summer that position is open.
It is,
and
yes.
they should talk to Purdue Extension today.
All right. Yes, if you're interested.
Well, thank you very much for coming in and being part of WJTS in.form, and thanks for the work that you did over the summer with Purdue Extension.
I had a blast. I loved it.
We have been talking with Hailey Thayer. She was the Purdue Extension intern over this past summer. She's now studying in Austria. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form, where local people watching local people.